We are constantly being force-fed the fear of ending up alone. This is the force that keeps the institution of marriage looking like it's a good deal. But for most women, it's gonna be a stinking deal. So what's happening now is that women are saying, I'm not taking this deal unless it's a better deal. And what would a better deal look like? One option would be going back to the old deal, the one that's still a pretty bad deal, when you have to be tied up to a man that provides everything, the income, the stability, and the woman is taking care of the house and kids. But to sweeten the deal, she doesn't want to do it all by herself. She wants help. She wants to resource out some of that invisible labor by hiring someone else to take care of the kids and clean the house, sort of like the wealthier households of the old times. Some women are okay with that version. They want a wealthy family kind of structure, but with more freedom and less sacrifice. And maybe they do have the right to want that. But a lot of us are asking for something different. We're asking for emotional evolution. We want a partner who not only carries some of the emotional labor, but who actually contributes emotionally. Someone who's done the work. Someone who sees us as full human beings, not as emotional service providers. That's the part that's not landing for men these days. They're just not hearing it. Because here's what's different. Women have a new default. If we can have that partnership that's a better deal, we prefer staying single. We can raise our own children. We can have a nice home that smells nice and stays clean. We can make our own money. And we don't have to pick up after a man-child. And we are okay with that. That actually sounds better than being stuck with someone who drains us emotionally and still expect us to take care of everything. But men can wrap their heads around this shift. Instead, they fall back on transactional thinking. They look at what each person brings to the table in superficial terms. Money, looks, status. So if a woman is not a high earner or a supermodel, and she says that she wants an emotionally developed partner, men call her delusional. But women don't think in these narrow concepts. Honestly, we don't really care if you're super ripped or super rich. Yes, we want stability. Yes, we want to feel that attraction. But we care more about who you are, less about how much you earn and how well defined are your six abs. In fact, many women are turned off by these super ripped, super rich dudes because oftentimes they sacrifice the emotional growth for that status. So it's not like we're looking for that 10% of men. We're looking for decent men, evolved men, a man with self-awareness, someone who sees women as human, who can carry their emotional weight and be a true partner. And if we can't find that, we'd rather stay alone.